Everybody's saying a recession is coming. Let me just tell you this. I'm from Detroit, bro. Listen, I'm from Detroit. We done made it one time. We gonna make it another time and another time. And guess how we made it? Stealing. We was stealing like a motherfucker. We gonna eat. My kids gonna eat. You said a recession. I ain't got no job. I ain't got nothing to pay my bill. I'm stealing. And I'm gonna resell it to somebody that got the higher ups. I'm gonna resell it to the higher ups. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. I also want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the elect of YAHAWAH, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And blessings and salutations unto the elect of YAHAWAH, the Salakia, as well as the hopeful elect that I came out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the earth, teaching and preaching through the spirit of YAHAWASHI in truth and sincerity. And as well as the men and women that follow and those who might look like the other nations, but are of the nation of Israel on your father's side by blood. Now, as y'all heard in in her plan, her idea, you know, when things get bad and food becomes high, if she ain't got a job, you know, her solution to the problem, you know, but my thing is, like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan till they get hit, you know, because even in the brothers, I found this on one of the brothers' pages, and in the caption at the bottom, he pretty much said, "What are you gonna do when Esau?" Here, let me get the exact words. Matter of fact,
by other African.
Let me see. Yeah, it says, "What you gonna do when Esau come down with great wrath?" See, our people are just thinking about surviving the famine. Okay, there's many things that has to come to pass. And if you think about it, if she has this mentality, the ones who been knowing, the one who pay more attention, all right, the ones who've been prepping, how much more them? To me, she's in a lose-lose situation. All right. Let me grab this real quick, because this is the one of the precepts that popped into my mind, you know, upon listening to this video. This is Proverbs 18:10. It says, "The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe." And the reason why I brought this out is because a lot of things is going to come, it's all going to come down to trusting in YAHAWASHI, man. It's going to come down to trusting in YAHAWASHI. Okay, because what did he say? All right. This is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit." That's what's the reality that's going to kick off, man. The Lord's servants is going to be taken care of. All right. Now, does that mean that they're going to be untouched, untempted? You know, what I mean by untouched means like they're not going to be grabbed up and sent off to a concentration camp, or they not, you know. Are they going to be not tempted? Because everybody's going to be tempted by that hour. Because all of this is resorting to the MOTB. I highly doubt she has that on her mind. I don't think she has martial law on her mind. In her mind, whatever she survived, as she said, we survived it one time, we're going to survive another time and another time. Well, you ain't got too many more times, Miss Lady. All right, because we at the end, you know. The elder brother, Watazak, he says the last seconds, in these last seconds of the last days, man. I love that. I love that saying, man, because that's exactly where we're at, man. A lot of people thinking they have time, and that's another thing I was thinking of listening to Apostle Ramlav's lesson earlier about these people, these other camps and the things that they're chasing and trying to build, and just the reputation that they have as of now. You're not really looking to getting out of here, man, because you think you have time. That's why you're relaxing. That's why you're chilling, because you think that you have time. Everybody think that they have time. Okay? Except the true men of the Lord who know that we at the end time. We looking, but like I said, my servants shall rejoice, for ye shall be shamed. For what is it? Let me get it real quick again. I don't want to butcher it. It says, my servants, this is Isaiah 65:14 again. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation. Oh, it was in the one above. It says, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Call YAHAWASHI. Yeah, you're going to be ashamed because you're going to wish that you would have learned the name. You're going to wish that you would have took heed when the Lord was stretching out his hand. Okay, when the Lord was trying to reprove you, man. Our people are hard-headed. All right. So that's going to be there. You're going to be ashamed because guess what else? You trusted in yourself. You trusted in the shadows of Egypt. Okay. Like, it ain't just about to be that simple, Miss Lady, where you think you are just going to go, like she said, stealing. I'm just going to be stealing. I'm going to sell it to the man. This man got a whole plan for reasons like that in particular. That's why he want to put that technology in people, so he can track your every move, track your every transaction. All right. Track how you feeling. Are you feeling angry? You feeling whatever? Okay. He wants a society to where he is as the Most High. When you think about the Heavenly Father, the omnipotency of him, the everlasting, okay? When you think about that, if you can fathom it from whatever we know, like he sees all, as the scriptures say, his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. All right. He seals the instructions within us when we're asleep, man. He keeps us back from blood and the sword, as it says. All right. He created us. He made us. The destinies that we have that some of us don't even know about. He gave it to us and put us on that path. Whatever destiny she has, she's on that path right now. Whatever destiny I have, I'm on that path right now. You think that this is a joke, you know? Because if you really was fearful, there's no reason to get on the internet and say what you're going to do. You will be just really prepared for it, if anything. All right. But that's okay, because it's going to come to pass. The prophecies of YAHAWASHI are going to come to pass. Right. Let me get this real quick. And I'm going to just read. First of all, let me get this. I got to read this one. This is 2nd Ezra 15:4. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. There wasn't one word about her calling on God or even Jesus if that was the case, you know. But ultimately on YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, that's who I'm going to call on. When shit get bad and tough, I don't care about none of you Israelites talking about the name don't matter. I'm calling on YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. Because he deserved the praises. All right? The glory. Okay? Because guess what? When I was in other situations, that's the name that I called on. And I was delivered out of those situations. I ain't calling no damn Jesus. Okay? I ain't trusting this, man. There was a point of time where I told one of the bros, I said, man, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI gonna have to be my lawyer. Because I didn't have the money that they was talking about. You know, I'm not gonna put everything out there, but I wasn't like, you know, facing no major charge or nothing, but it was recommended for me to get a lawyer. And I said, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI gonna have to be my lawyer. And when I will never forget that. Because I remember the exact spot I was at when I said it and how I said it and why I said it. Because through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, I meant it, man. And I was delivered from that situation. That's what we here for, man. We're here to learn. You're going to go through things, okay? The what's coming upon the earth, you're going to go through that. You're going to go through Jacob's trouble. I'm going to go through Jacob's trouble. The whole world is going to go through Jacob's trouble. You know, ultimately America, all right? But it says it's going to be a time like never before. A lot of these countries and armies, and they got these plans in the future. You got fucking Kawasaki talking about damn near having a AI robotic 4-legged off-road vehicle planned for 2050. That's 25 years. Good luck. Good luck. Cause we in how the brother said it, we in the last seconds of the last days, man. Call all y'all BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. 2nd Ezra 15:14, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, you know? Let's just get a quick definition of what woe mean. Because some people, remember what's written within this book. Lamentations, mourning, and woe. That's why people don't want to hear what we got to say through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. That's why they want to hear the smooth things. Well, we not here to tell y'all the smooth things, and we not here to lie and give y'all deceit. Some Israelites are. Go to them. But through the spirit, the Lord said, here, the true worshipers in spirit and in truth. That's what we're here to do, man. To teach this gospel. And there's no bright future for America except thermonuclear missiles, man. The flash from those. Because that's written in the book. Lamentations, mourning, and woe. This is just a search of woe. It says great sorrow or distress, often used hyperbolically. It says things that cause sorrow or distress, troubles. Similar words, misery, sorrow, distress, sadness, unhappiness, heartache, heartbreak, desolation, despair, gloom, the day of darkness, boy. Disaster, affliction, pain, agony, hardship, torment, suffering, grief. This is what's coming because that's what's written. All right. So when we go into 2nd Ezra 15, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Think of all of those words. And that's the times that we're in, man. Says for the you think Trump is making these moves Netanyahu is making these moves. Putin is making these moves. They had China, Japan, and I forget the third one. They making those moves. The Europe is making those. All of these moves is being made just by coincidence. There is none. That's a lesson right there. There is no coincidences, man. All right? Because this is YAHAWASHI's movie. All right? Write that down real quick. Lord willing, I can get do a lesson out of that. Verse 15, 2 Ezra 15:15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. This type of behavior is going to lead to these type of actions. This list, this what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these 5 verses. Okay, this type of behavior is going to lead to these type of actions, man. All right, because there's going to be a race war. You telling me when food, there's resources get scarce, all right? Natural disasters happen. When people start to realize lawlessness, that everything is going to be smooth, no. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, man. All right. Class wars, race wars. I believe I said that. Yeah, race wars. They showed you some of that. I forget. But they had the little Nazi group. They was all up on the bridge, and Jake rode up. Bearing arms, man. Bearing arms. It's gonna get bad out here, man. Verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, because that sedition among, it's not tending to the government. Because when mentalities like this happen, you think you the only one that's thinking like that about going to take what you need? Other people are thinking the same thing, man. All right? Other people thinking the same. And what happens when y'all cross each other's path? What happens? They say it's about 3 days worth of food and stuff in the grocery stores. So what happens when all of that gone? Then you got to go and do what? All right. We'll get to it. It says, verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Because once these type of behaviors is happening too much, bringing in martial law. I believe Trump signed the executive order to use the U.S. military for martial law. Or maybe it was the National Guard. I forget which one it was. But martial law is prophetic. When the enemy come in like a flood, as it says in Isaiah. Hell, they did it. One of the brothers that sent me a video, and they had the troop. It was an older video. I think Elder Apostle Tahar was doing a video on it actually. And they had the troops coming down the street, and some lady peeked her head out the window and said, "Get back in the house now." They have an order. They ain't gonna be playing around. But we also live in a day and age where that American pride is bleeding through people's veins, man. It's rushing through their veins to where they like, we got our rights. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? We got, and that, boom, it's gonna get ugly, man. Ain't gonna be no 911. That's why they gonna bring in the martial law, bring in the military. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, because they got a whole plan. It could be 15-minute cities that they plan on getting kicked off. Martial law, because just like when certain crimes happen and they start, doing checkpoints. All right. That movie 1942, they got Tyrese in there. All right, I don't even think that movie's coming out by coincidence, man. Because that movie was about those riots then, man. Or 1992, I said 1942. 1992 with the whole Rodney King situation. And you see how that things was being torn up then. You could see the actual footage of it online now. So that was just like one situation. What happens when that's all over? You think the police department is about to come in and stop those kind of things? Hell no. They gonna bring in the big guns, man. Verse 18, it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Yeah, that's part of it too, because they gonna come up in them houses. They gonna take you out of your home, put your ass in a concentration camp. All right? You're gonna be looking crazy. You and your kids. Like I said, that don't necessarily make us exempt, but we trust in YAHAWASHI, man. Through the Spirit, I don't have a choice. The world ain't done nothing and won't do nothing for me. So I don't have a choice. I'm going to call on the power that I sought and that I found. Verse 19, we're going to end it on here. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. We know what the modern day sword is, but in this sense, it's whatever weapon that they have. Motherfucker come through with a chainsaw, whatever. It says, and spoil their goods, because you got people who, these doomsday preppers, they got food pantry stockpiled in a vault somewhere or behind a secret door or just however, whatever, man. But goods are going to be spoiled because it's written. So she can go and follow through with her plan. Her goods will get spoiled too. It is going to get ugly. I wanted to say it like it's going to get ugly out here, man. Woe, what it said, woe to the city and them, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Yeah. That's why the word is out there now, but they're working on getting that out the window, man. That's gonna be coming too, because it's supposed to be a famine of the word. You got the MOTB, mark of the beast, all right? You got a famine of the word, you got race riots, you got martial law. Ultimately, at the end of all of this, you got the Third World War, thermonuclear missiles. Okay, you got concentration camps. The only way to escape is trusting YAHAWASHI. It says in 2nd Ezra 15:19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Y'all cool now? Hey, you wanna come over to the barbecue? There ain't gonna be no fucking barbecues in those days. They'll barbecue your ass, because cannibalism is gonna be around too, man. All of this is written. You think you might share food and borrow food from your neighbor now, that shit ain't gonna be happening in those days. But they'll come and take it though. It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. And for what? Great tribulation. That was beautiful. Call Lord YAHAWASHI, because now I got to go in Matthews, because I was going there earlier. All right, keep in mind what it said. It said what? Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. This is why there won't be no pity upon your neighbor. Okay? Where we at? Yep. Matthews 24 and 21, it says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So it's going to be a time like never before. And it's going to be a time like it's never going to happen again. Because this is the last. The Lord saved the best for last. This is the end all be all. Okay? The Lord bringing in all the moves. It's like a little fighting video game. He bringing in all the moves on the boss. You playing Mortal Kombat. You get to the boss level. You got to fight the boss. All right? The Lord bringing in all the moves, man, on America. The daughter of Babylon. Jacob's trouble. Great tribulation. Okay? So call Lord YAHAWASHI, man, for... First of all, to be able to see and understand, man, but things are speeding up just as he said it will for the elect's sake. Lord willing, we be at that number, But that's what I'm saying. This is our mentality, and that's her mentality, and how much more, man? Because they trusted in themselves opposed to trusting in YAHAWASHI. All right. So with that, Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we allowed to endure unto the end. Once again, I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Shalom.